Last year we had a pretty good team. We only had one senior, so we knew that coming into this year we were going to be pretty good. But in the playoffs last year we made it to the finals, but we didn't have home field advantage. We had to go up to Husson, which is probably like most other sports at Castleton, they're rivals. We hate Husson. We're not afraid to admit that. But unfortunately fell short by 1 goal.
Tied 2-2 of this North Atlantic Conference Championship game. Long throw-in comes in for the Eagles. It goes off the post. Eagles put it in the back of the net.
They scored with 2 minutes left on a flip throw that is really effective and incredibly annoying at the same time. There's nothing you can really do to defend it properly.
It's really disappointing watching the other team celebrate and their fans run onto the field, and us having to watch and wait 5 minutes before even able to shake hands, and having to wait and watch them celebrate until we got our own awards. And we couldn't just go back into the locker room. We had to sit around on the field.
Seen a lot in the past 4 years. Haven't won a NAC championship in 4 years. So obviously this year's, that's gotta happen or else it's gonna be
Is that the only goal?
disappointing. Yeah, that's the goal. I mean, there's no other goals to shoot for.
Preseason went pretty well. We all came in pretty good shape, and I think it's really paying dividends in the early season. I thought we'd run more than we did, but I don't think it was necessary just because we all were in pretty good shape to start off with.
The coach said you guys all passed your physical exams. That's good.
Yeah, for sure. Everyone made it.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, it wasn't very hard, and it makes sense that we all made it, but I think it was good too, especially since we didn't have any injuries early on, so
That's good, yeah.
like we did last year.
You know, our preseason in college is quite short. We basically have 8 or 9 days and we're playing in a tournament. It's crazy. And, you know, preseason's, it's a little intense, but like on the Friday, when the freshmen have orientation, we take the returners back to Arlington, do a clinic for the high school players, and then they come up my house for, this year we did pizza. And,
that's nice.
you know, I got an in-ground pool and they have a diving contest and, you know, we just have a laugh. It's fun to, I look forward to that in preseason. If I lived closer, I would have them over more.
Yeah. What does it feel like to go on the field?
The best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
So it's really where like everything just goes away from me.
Yeah.
It's like whenever I get on the field, everything just goes away. I just focus on one thing only. And that's
it's the only thing you think about. I mean, it's like, you know, you're walking out there, you got your headphones in, whatever you do before you walk out. But I mean, your adrenaline is pumping just from stepping onto the turf, knowing that you're gonna play a game. And I don't know, it's really easy to get motivated to play, especially when you're playing with your best friends as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's another.
And when you love doing it too. So.
Yeah. Everyone's passionate about the game, not just there to play. Everyone's passionate about winning, playing, and being together.
Being competitive too. Just going out and seeing your opponent out there and just want to kill them basically. So just put them in the ground. When that whistle blows, it's so game over for them. Well, there's a lot of hype going into the season. Come back with a lot of starters and a lot of talent. So, yeah.
Started off exactly like we wanted to.
Yep. Expected to win. And, yeah, we started off, 4-0, I think. Started off with the Potsdam Cup. Yeah. Won the championship there.
I'd probably say winning the Potsdam tournament was a lot of fun. We went down there and we won overtime, which was a great win.
No, I mean, just as a team, we played really well. Obviously, I played really well. Well enough that, good enough that other people noticed. I mean, I thought I played good. But as a team, we came together to start the season and we performed.
Then off to Plattsburgh, and you know, three years in a row, we've taken them to overtime, not beaten them. They're one of the top SUNYAC schools. You know, they're very, very good.
I mean, we lost, but how often I mean, they finished the season 16-2. And their second loss was in the NCAA, or no, they lost in the SUNYAC final, but they lost 2 games all year, and we were one of the only other ones to bring them to overtime even.
I keep thinking one of these years. But it was a great game, and we did have a chance to win it 20 seconds into the overtime. We had a pretty close range shot.
And you talk to those kids, they play against 5 or 6 teams in our conference, and they're like, what happened? Like,
we started off at the beginning of the season playing our best soccer of the season, and then, right when Jake and Trevor got suspended, ever since then we never had a full roster again between injuries and suspension. So that was when it started to decline.
Regrets of the season. What's something you can go back on?
Having a party in my house and biggest regret. I'll never forget about it.
One player I believe he's not in uniform is Trevor Catrati, is from nearby Mill River Union High School. Certainly a key player for the Spartans, but not in uniform tonight.
But to stand up for them, I mean, obviously it wasn't just their fault. They got screwed.
We did get screwed.
Yeah, it wasn't anything that was like they were doing. Obviously, they were doing something wrong. They got arrested, but there's nothing different about.
Oh man! Any other night it was.
Yeah,
any other night it was.
It just sums up our whole senior year.
It's just the way it happened was really, really shitty.
That time.
Yep.
Too.
Any updates on Contratti? Was he scratched from the lineup tonight?
Disciplinary issue, and he and Roswell, but they're great kids. They made a mistake. They're paying for it. They'll be back in time for the Middlebury game.
I just feel we had a lot of injuries this season. We had some suspensions, which ultimately I felt led to our downfall. We kind of fell apart after that. So.
When we were up in Maine, we had some injuries against Husson. I hurt my hamstring. I was unable to play on Sunday. Jake Roswell got a concussion against Maritime that weekend. Ian took a cleat to the stomach, which now we just found out he's out for the season. Dylan Zangle has a possible fracture in his foot that he's going to have to play through in the playoffs. And Tanner Liquier also against Maritime, or Husson, I'm sorry, got a concussion.
I was going up for a head ball in the first half, like 10, 12 minutes in the first half, and I got cleaned out by one of their kids. He came through my head pretty hard, got knocked out, sat for the rest of the game, had a headache for a couple days, had to miss Sunday's game.
I got elbowed in the head, and then I was going for a tackle with this kid who I was getting the best of the entire game, might I add. But he came at me for a tackle, and the ball was bouncing towards us and between us, and we both went at it, and he put his foot in the air, studs up, and cleated me right in the stomach. When I initially got hit, it sucked because I felt the cleat go into my stomach and pretty much move my organs. It was a scary feeling. Luckily, it didn't go to my ribs because the doctor told me if it went 4 centimeters higher, I would have had an extremely broken and shattered rib cage. So that was good. But I mean, it just sucks because I'm kind of helpless. It's my insides. It's just I gotta wait it out. It's swollen right now. It's bruised, tender. Just gotta wait it out and see how it goes.
Yeah, it's tough. Sitting on the sidelines is tough, especially when you're a starter. I know anyone who plays a lot of minutes can agree that one of the toughest things to do is watch your team, especially in a close game that could be won or lost. You definitely wish you're in there and able to help out and contribute.
Now that I'm not playing the games, I can't be on the field with the guys. I just gotta keep them going when they come off the field. Gotta do what I can, stay positive. It's kind of a shitty situation, but I gotta do my best. I gotta keep up with the guys and keep them going because with our team, I feel like we can catch fire and just bring it home this year. It's just a matter of how far we can take ourselves. So.
And Ian Hunter, and I spoke about him at our team dinner the other night. He was a kid who got hurt in that last Maritime game, a foul that should have been a red card for their guy, and then that's the kid that gets the game winner. That's a little sour grapes on my part, I admit. But so here's a senior captain who's a rock of our defense who can't play in the playoffs or the Johnson or the Colby Sawyer senior game, but still was there as our captain, supporting the guys and leading them on. you can't ask for much more than that as a coach. What a credit to Ian and his leadership.
So yeah, I'd say these injuries definitely don't help, but we have the depth to recover from it.
We do. We just kind of stopped clicking after that.
Middlebury was a really strong game, even though it was a 3-0 loss. It was a very strong game, and it was a team builder for us, and showed we could play with the best of the best.
The Middlebury game, you know, on paper it looks 3-0, but it wasn't a 3-0 game by anyone's view, including their coaches. Were we as good as Middlebury? Maybe not, but we played them even, and we could have won that game. And then they get one in the 80th minute, and at that point, you know, as coaches, you say, well, if you're going to lose 1-0, you might as well lose 2. Send it forward, you know, try to get the equalizer, and they were good enough to hold us out and exploit it, so it ends 3-0. But it was a great game.
The playoff weekends, we have, I think it's over October break. The first weekend we were here, we played Farmington and then Thomas. And usually those weekends mean everything to the playoff picture. First game we beat Farmington pretty convincingly. They had a down year.
Nick Jonas with the penalty kick here. And that's what they called. Nick Jonas looking to put Castleton on top. And he does. On those goals again, Jonas and Danduran. The cross, and they score again. That's Bryce Kaler. Pretty play. It's 3-0 Castleton.
And then the second game on Sunday, we were playing Thomas, and I think we knew going into that game that was probably going to be one of the harder games. They got a lot of kids from around the world, so you know their talent is pretty high up there. So
through the area. And there's Hunter right in front from Danduran. And the Spartans are on the board. It's 2-1. Thomas has the lead.
Nearly as plentiful as Castleton. It's a huge collision there. Jacob Roswell and
we're going to have a yellow card.
Yeah. Unfortunately fell to Thomas. It was a really hard-fought game. I don't know, just one that I think we wish we could get back, because that really defined the rest of our season, I'd say, losing to Thomas.
Castleton 3-2 in the North Atlantic Conference and at 9-4 overall.
You know, we have one home game left, the senior game, so everyone's going to be fired up for that.
And hello again, everybody. It's men's soccer this time at Spartan Stadium, the second game of our doubleheader as the Castleton Spartans host the Colby Sawyer Chargers. The Spartan class has had a fantastic 4-year run because tonight is senior night, the final game at home for the seniors. Matter of fact, the final game at home for Castleton. Castleton will be on the road in the postseason.
Senior night. Senior night was pretty fun. It was, I think most of us seniors were looking forward to it for a week or two ahead of time, especially because it was a night game. In general, night games are awesome. There's nothing like playing out under the lights on the turf. Usually get a pretty decent crowd for soccer games anyway.
It just sucks because like I'm never gonna play on that field again. Like with these guys.
We knew because we didn't have home field advantage, so it was our last game there, and it was
that's the way I thought about it.
Yeah, I agree with them.
Special win though, special to win.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anyone is special.
Glad to go out on top at home.
Yeah, that's for sure.
On log.
Clever move there. Look left side. There you go. Now they're starting to get into a little bit of a sink here.
Jonas, number 22.
Good possession.
Andrade just over his head. Again toward the top of the 6. Let's see who's going to take the penalty kick. Jonas.
Yep, Nick Jonas. Senior. I'd put it in as seniors.
Nick Jonas lines it up and scores. Yep. It was left, and Jonas, did we catch that? And there were a couple of others, 2 of them.
Jonas?
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Every time Jonas scores, it's awesome.
You get a front flip out of it.
Yeah, any senior I wanted to score was him.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, me and Dylan enjoy doing front flips. He's better than what he did, though. He kind of messed up a little bit, but.
Magical, you know. It's what we dreamed of. My freshman year, we actually, at one point, we were starting 8 freshmen, so it was nice to have the same 8 freshmen be out there at the end. So now as seniors, so it's cool. Yeah, it's nice.
The seniors kind of taught us like what it is to play at Castleton, what Castleton soccer is. It's just like pretty good-looking soccer that's played right.
I learned a lot from the guys in the back, especially just watching them play, and they really just taught me how to be a good, solid player.
Here's Kendall, and he scores, and it's 2-0. What a play by Catrati.
And to win 2-0 on senior night, that was a good thing.
I remember with 2 minutes left, we were up 2-0, and it was pretty well known that the game was over at that point. And I think the ball was on the far end, and me and Dylan, who was a midfielder, another senior, he happened to be maybe like 10 yards to my right, and I kind of like looked at him and hollered over saying, this is it, this is the last 2 minutes on this field, and we were just kind of like, it kind of took us back, and I don't know, it was like a really strong, powerful 2 minutes, and knowing that you were going to win the game, you kind of just wanted to soak it all in and make it last as much as you could. And watching the clock tick down, you know, you wanted it to hit 0 because you wanted to win, but at the same time, you wanted it to last as long as it could because, like I said, it was just so hard leaving the field knowing that was your last time at home. So.
The 3 years I had with the 8 seniors was great. 3 years. I wish I was a senior too, so I could graduate with them. They were a bunch of great guys, all of them. There's nothing else left to say for them. They're great kids. They're going to go far in life, and I'm going to miss them next year on the field. Definitely the leadership that they had on and off the field to push us. Hopefully we can find some leaders like that this upcoming year.
Yeah, definitely after the game ended, even though we won, a lot of emotions. I know I was tearing up. It was just hard walking off the field for that last time, not saying goodbye, but you know, even though you know you have another game coming up with the other seniors on the team, you embrace that moment with all of them, knowing that that's like the last time you will play with them on that field.
But no, the last game I just, you know, walked off the field knowing that that was it. It was over. It was awful. It was an awful feeling.
Probably never play competitive soccer
again. That's the worst part about it, is knowing that that's the last time you're going to step on the field.
Worst feeling
in the world. We've been doing for 17 years, and now it's like being a part of a team is kind of just done with now. So
all of us seniors came in together 4 years ago, so I think that was like a really special but also sad moment when we did have to walk off the field. I know me, Trevor, and Roswell, after both teams left, all the fans were gone, everyone was gone. We were the last 3 at the stadium. We were just sitting at the top of the bleachers, just kind of looking out at the field, just kind of not knowing when to just leave the field and call it quits for the night. But I mean, the game was exciting, so.
Ian boys. 63. Hey, and half on the seniors. Thanks for winning tonight. Shutout. All right.
Big night, boys. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go, guys.
Big night. Let's
Hey,
go.
hey, boys. 3 more games, boys. 3 more games. Let's go.
Everyone's got a fresh record, boys. It's our turn to be the best. Let's go. Together on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Together!
That's good.
I mean, we need to make a push for the NAC title.
Yeah.
Why not start it now? We just need 3 more games. And that's ours.
What were your thoughts going into playoffs?
Going to playoffs?
Yeah.
I was ready to go. Like, I was motivated. I was getting intense about it. I was ready to just go out and just run table and tell them why we were meant to win the NAC.
We had 5 seniors out last time we played them. It's going to be a big revenge.
Like, the regular season matters, conference games matter, but it's just the whole new game when you get in the playoffs. I mean, it's not like anywhere else, you know, when you're talking soccer in America, there's no, I mean, it's like playoffs are a whole, you know, you start over, you start from scratch, so that's what you're mainly focused on.
Bad points? Losing first round in the playoffs.
Well, of course, you know, we shot ourselves in the foot with the low seed. And it's interesting that we had to go back to Maritime. Maritime isn't a dirty team, but they're a physical team. And, you know, we played them up there late in the season and lost in overtime. And had we won that, and Zach Conlogue, another great senior on the team, had a great chance late, hit a pill to the low corner, and credit to their goalkeeper, the kid made a great save. And then they come down and score. And that difference was them coming to us or us going to them for the playoffs.
Like any playoff game, just being on the road doesn't help. You know, you don't have your home atmosphere, home fans.
But we knew we had a tough road. We were going to play all the games away, so we knew we either had to come fired up or it wasn't going to work.
Would it make a difference? Well, I think it would. That's a long, long trip, you know, and to go back there 2 weeks apart.
The whole season, we knew that we could be a presence in playoffs, but we had a number of injuries, and it never seemed like we were clicking the way that we should have with the number of seniors that we had on the team.
Yeah, especially with the team we drew in the first round. It was Maritime, and a couple weeks before that game we played them, we had 5 seniors out of injuries with just concussions and whatever else, and like the younger guys came in and stepped up, and it was good. Like we took a positive from that game, and going into the quarterfinals, we had everyone back, so we were all looking up and ready to go, and we were just.
It's a lot easier to focus when your entire team's playing well rather than just, you know.
Just having those guys back for that game.
Yeah, exactly.
And going up to Maine Maritime for the first round of playoffs, we were out one of our center backs, Ian, and I think that definitely hurt us a lot.
As Chappie said to me before playoffs, our women's coach, he said, I think you guys are the team nobody wants to play, because we had underachieved a little bit in the conference and we were talented, and I just felt if we could have gotten by that first one, we could have made some noise.
I mean, we came out to win games and win a championship, and that didn't happen.
But wasn't meant to be.
Season that could have been, I guess, would be the best way to sum up this year.
Like I said, it was short-lived, so definitely not the way we expected to end this season or our career.
Coach Warner decided to retire after this year. It's going to be a big loss for the program. He brings a lot of experience and knowledge.
I mean, it was unexpected because he just signed a 3-year extension, so we were expecting him to finish the 3 years and be done. But I mean, he's got his stuff going on in his personal life that obviously is more important than the team, and no one's at all blaming him. He's here for 9 years, you know.
He broke the news very suddenly in our year-end wrap-up meeting. He wants to spend more time with his family, he wants to travel, his wife's retiring, so he wants to spend time with her.
And then I had a meeting with the team that night to wrap up the season, and we wrapped the season up, and then, you know, then I got ready to tell them, and it was difficult because I do care so much about the program and about those guys, but I wanted to stress to them, and I hope the more public this can be, the better. The fact that it wasn't the easiest season with injuries and some off-the-field issues really is not why I chose now to retire. I'd all along thought that this was probably going to be, you know, 40 is a nice round number, that would be my last year, and it really, I didn't want any of them to feel like, you know, I caused this, because that was not it at all. I've never walked away from a challenge, and it wasn't walking away from that.
And he'll tell you, he'll be the first one to say it's never a good time to leave, but I mean, with what he's going on right now, I can't think of a better time for him. So hopefully next year we'll get some new ideas, new concepts, because with the amount of talent we're losing, it's not going to be easy next year.
I mean, we'll see how it goes and who comes in, but...
Are you worried?
Right now I'm just worried about time frame of getting a new coach and losing recruits possibly.
Yeah.
I just want a new coach to come in soon, set his groundwork, and we'll move on from there.
I learned that being on a soccer team, being on a team is about more than yourself. It's about being part of a family, being part of something that's going to last other than the 4 years while I'm here.
It's the reason why I stay at Castleton is because of them. Like, we're so close together that we just do everything together. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be weird next year. I'm the only returning back, so I mean, I'm going to miss all 3 of them across the back, Ian, Jonathan, Roswell especially. Me, Nate, and John, obviously, will be leaders of the team next year. core. I mean, on and off the field, can't ask for better friends. So, especially Nate, my right-hand man, Batman and Robin. So I like to say whenever he gets an award, I kind of like get it too. Right-hand man.
Yeah, I love all the guys on the team. You know, we're hanging out every day basically, in and out of season, and yeah, some I'll always remember these guys here. So for sure.
Definitely, I made friends that I'm gonna have for the rest of my life. Not just So it was like pretty much these guys are like my brothers. It's the way that I feel like the program should be when you're on a team. You should feel really connected to all your teammates, and that's exactly what I got out of it, regardless of not winning the championship.
Yep. So. I'd rather get friendship, my best friends out of it than the championship and have no friends at all. So.
What's this?
Colin, what's up?
Gettysburg College.
Is this filming?
Oh, I'm a
Tanner's huge. Yeah.
Make sure you send fish and meat cutting.
Yeah, go.
Tear that off and sell the gold.
All right.
No, you don't know, Tanner. You don't have. No, you're right.
All right, answer the question.
Okay, hold on. I don't know what to say.
Oh my god.
Cut it.
I'm rolling.
You're rolling?
Yeah.
Since when?
Right now.
Are you chewing gum? Spit it out. Do it. Spit it out. Okay. Who cares about this place? Okay, just. Uh-oh. Smile. Looks so pretty.
Hello, America.
I don't think we can show. There's too much nudity. Is that John? Comment, sir. Sir.
I'm not commenting on you.
Look at this guy.
Get
your butt in shape. So which girls are the hottest?
The chorus.
What do you put that in there? Rate each girl now.
Give it a shot.
No,
I'm not gonna put that in. I'm kidding.
Cut tape.
Cut tape and then tell me.
I'm ready. Arc this one.
They're better. It tastes better.
Come on.
Really frosted.
Oh no, I was right there. Yeah. I hang out with my fish. Set up fish tank.
We haven't had a crier yet.
I'm not gonna cry. Good? Well,
If you can get Jonathan here,
it's been real.
Bryce, they're in an interview. Shut up.
Yeah, Bryce.
Oh, tell me about these seniors. What, do you like these guys?
No, they're all assholes.
I can't tell you anything about my hair.
Here it is. Here's the hair product. Everyone wants to see it. It's right here. It's
You can leave the camera alone.
It's Axe whatever messy look. I mean, just look at the effects of it. Look at that hair. It's nice. Look at that hair. Yeah, look at that smile too. Look at the hair. Look at that hair.